before the top of the hour, and we're watching those clouds increase for parts of northern North Dakota. Temperatures out there nice and comfortable this morning. 68 in Minot, 61 in Williston, 62 in Dickinson, mid-60s for the capital city. Starting off very warm, and we've got still a few scattered rain showers out there, especially around the northwest. We're talking Divide, Burke County, moving into northern Williams County. We're going to continue seeing those chances for storms today. In fact, most of us getting a chance for storms, even a marginal risk for severe weather in the east. I'll have all the details coming up, but first, Good Day Dakota starts right now.
You're watching KX News.
Coming up on Good Day Dakota, a Powers Lake murder suspect enters a plea deal in an attempted murder trial. We'll have the details.
And an anti-corporate farming law may be in debate shortly.
Plus, why local volunteers are heading to Texas as soon as possible. Those stories, plus Amber Wheeler's forecast, are on the way. Welcome to Good Day Dakota. I'm Amber Schatz.
And I'm Jim Geffro. Thanks for joining us this morning. A Minot man is arrested after intentionally striking a highway patrol car, then fleeing the scene. Captain Eric Peterson says the suspect was driving a stolen car. The collision occurred southeast of Minot around 2:30 this afternoon. Peterson says the pursuit ended near Drake when the suspect drove into a slough and got stuck and hid the cattails. Authority from multiple agencies set up a perimeter and eventually arrested the man around 4:45 this afternoon. The impact of the accident caused significant damage to a trooper's vehicle. Peterson says the trooper is okay. The suspect is held at Ward County Jail. He says more information will be released tomorrow.
A murder charge was dropped for the lesser charge of negligent homicide in North Central District Court. That's for 41-year-old Aaron Ray Larson of Powers Lake. He pleaded guilty to the Class C felony for negligent homicide. He is accused of killing his brother in Powers Lake and hiding the body in a camper for several months. In court, a second charge was added, a Class C felony for tampering with physical evidence. Judge Richard Hagar read Larson his rights as a part of the initial appearance. Larson's next appearance in court will be in mid-August. That hearing will serve as a preliminary hearing on the tampering with physical evidence charge, as well as a sentencing for the negligent homicide charge.
Mr. Larson, I'm going to ask you, you're aware that the new charge is called negligent homicide, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that this is a Class C felony?
Yes.
To that charge, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Each Class C felony carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both.
The North Dakota Farm Bureau wants a federal judge to declare the state's anti-corporate farming law unconstitutional. The lawsuit was filed Thursday. The legal move comes a week and a half before voters weigh in on Bill 2351, or Measure 1, which if passed will allow corporate farming in the state's dairy and swine industries. The lawsuit seeks to allow corporate farming in all sectors of agriculture. North Dakota Farm Bureau President Darrell Lees made the announcement today. He says the lawsuit has been in the works since 2014.
Our anti-corporate farming laws are discriminatory and unconstitutional. Our existing laws favor some family farms while working against other families and their business models.
Lee says the suit could take as long as 2 years for the decision.
It's been 5 years since the flood of 2011, but you can still see the scars it left at Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park. Tom Wirtz and Kelly Suki have been going to the park for decades. They remember when there was about 6 feet of water covering the campground. They said last year trees were still dying from the flood. Kelly says he's having to relearn how the fish behave because the area's environment has changed so much.
So much water coming down scoured the bottom of the river. It's deeper in places, and it's almost like the habits of the fish have changed because of what has happened to the river.
Both anglers say they are surprised at how well the area's vegetation recovered shortly after the flood. Volunteers from Minot and Williston are deploying south as historic flooding continues to affect thousands of people throughout the state of Texas. Leanne Perdue is from Ray, North Dakota. She's deploying to Austin, Texas to serve in mass care sheltering as a service associate. She leaves and will be gone for around 2 weeks. Shauna Bessie Stout of Minot also is leaving today. She's going to Bryan, Texas, taking care of handing out water, cleaning supplies, or anything someone might need. The Red Cross has sent 22 emergency response vehicles to help, and 6 more are on the way to Texas to support the relief efforts.
Minot City Council reform has been in discussion for nearly a year and will be on the ballot for a decision this month. The citizens group Make Minot launched a petition for change in August, collecting more than 2,000 signatures for support. But as Jennifer Kleen tells us, in the interest of the continued discussion, a second citizens group is encouraging community members to vote no on June 14th.
I'm not opposed to change.
She is, however, opposed to voting for the first city council reform option available.
Why jump on the first one? We have 4 or 5 others, or there might be a new one that would still even be better.
Leanne Zeltinger is leading a Vote No initiative against the Make Minot proposal.
A yes vote on this one shuts down that communication.
On the June 14th ballot, there will be a measure proposed by citizens group Make Minot to change the Minot City Council structure from 14 members, 2 from each of 7 wards plus a non-voting mayor, to 7 members, including a voting mayor, all elected at large.
I don't see how this is the right solution.
Zeltinger's concerns include workload. How much will city workers need to pick up with fewer city council members available? She's also concerned about the changes to more than 100 city ordinances that would need to take place. And she's concerned that an at-large election won't fix the problem of unopposed races.
Did you know that there were 5 proposals? Do you know that what you're voting on June 14th is not what was in the petition?
She applauds Make Minot for getting people involved.
Appreciate that Make Minot has brought this forward.
For initiating those questions.
Did I know really what a council was? No. Did I know when they started the modern council? No. Did I know about the home rule charter? No.
But she's concerned that Make Minot is not the answer.
A no vote opens that up and keeps it going so that otherwise it's just shut down and we're done.
Voting no to continue a discussion toward what she calls a long-term solution. In Minot, Jennifer Kleen, KX News.
More information about the Vote No discussion can be found on Facebook by searching Get It Right Minot.
All right, so what kind of day is it going to be? Well, let's take a look how it looks outside this morning. Amber Wheeler is standing by with all the forecast details. She'll have that next.
The picture into the Dakota Storm Center this morning, and we've got a beautiful sunrise photo sent in from Carolyn. This was out of Kongsberg, North Dakota. Thank you, Carolyn, for that picture. We've got a gorgeous sky out there in Bismarck. 68 degrees. The winds are from the west at about 9 miles per hour. So starting off nice and sunny for a lot of us this morning. 73 in Minot, and we've got winds out of the west at about 13 miles per hour. We know those winds are going to be picking up, especially in the west and the southwest. Already seeing 24 miles per hour in Dickinson. Temperatures in the mid 60s, starting off very warm, and a lot of sunshine out there as well. A few more clouds rolling into the Williston area. 65 degrees. Those wind speeds not quite as strong, mostly around 15 miles per hour. So here's the radar. We've got a few scattered rain showers already moving in from the north. The bulk of the rain has moved out this morning, but we know we've got some more energy and moisture moving in from the north, and this is going to give us a chance for some storms later on. In fact, as we head into the evening hours, we could see strong, possibly even severe storms. We've got temperatures today back into the 70s and the 80s, and then for this evening, again, that's something we'll be watching heading through the rest of the day as the model runs do continue to come out. And this weekend, we have a very quiet weather pattern. It's going to be nice and sunny and very warm out there. So we start the day off in the 60s and even some 70s out there. So it's incredibly warm, and you won't even need a jacket to head to work. But the wind speeds are already picking up, mostly in the west and the southwest. Right now, we're averaging around 15 to 25 miles per hour. And for central North Dakota, about 10 to 15. So we are going to continue keeping these strong winds for today, and even folks in central North Dakota, your wind speeds are probably going to pick up as well as we head into the afternoon hours. So our wind advisory is for Harding and Perkins counties for northwest South Dakota. This is going to last through to about 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So we've got strong wind speeds with the strongest in the southwest. And then the next topic to talk about in terms of risk is going to be the thunderstorms and the severe risk off towards the east here. Most of us getting a chance for thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Some of those, as they push to the east, may become strong to severe around the Carrington area, around Oaks, Jamestown, down towards Linton and Ashley. And it looks like that's probably going to start picking up this afternoon. So we're going to have an increase in clouds this afternoon across the north. Those chances for some rain and storms begin as we head into the late afternoon afternoon hours. Some of these, again, off towards the east, look to be a little strong. So we could see some small hail. We could see some very strong winds. Those wind speeds already sustained very strong. So we could get some strong wind gusts with these as well. So the good news is this is not going to be a long-lived system. It's going to be out of here as we head into tomorrow morning. In fact, we've got nice and sunny skies for Saturday and even through the rest of your weekend. So your long-range forecast, or your hour by hour, excuse me, we're warming up today back into the 70s and the 80s, and we'll continue to have a nice and warm forecast heading through the rest of your weekend there. So here's your temperature map there. As you can tell, I'll keep this into motion where we've got some warmer temperatures in store for today, upper 70s at around 80 degrees, with, of course, those increasing clouds as we have that the chances for some storms rolling in. Temperatures for the rest of the weekend, those are going to stay just as warm, if not even warmer. And next week, we even have some mid-80s to talk about for the middle of next week.
Oh my goodness, I love it when it works out that it's sunshine for the weekend, because...
So what you're saying is we should go camping this weekend?
Yeah.
You should. And actually, I
That's what
have
I'm
a
thinking.
camping forecast coming up soon. It's funny you say that.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. And still to come on Good Day Dakota, when you have a lemonade stand.
Save a life. That might be the new saying after what these two did. Their story is on the way.
I like that. Plus, stay tuned for farm markets and more with Amber Wheeler and her weather. Now here's a look at today's top stories around the world. The 2016 presidential candidates are crisscrossing California ahead of the state's critical primary Tuesday. Violence erupted outside a Donald Trump rally in San Jose yesterday. On the same day, rival Hillary Clinton blasted his views on foreign policy. Clinton remains locked in a tight race with Bernie Sanders in the Golden State, but is likely to clinch the Democratic nomination next week. The search resumes in Fort Hood, Texas, for several soldiers still missing after the Army truck they were riding in overturned in floodwaters. Military officials confirmed the bodies of at least 5 soldiers were recovered from a creek Thursday. More storms could dump up to 10 inches of rain in parts of the state this weekend. And authorities are trying to figure out what caused 2 military performance jets to crash in separate incidents yesterday. A Navy Blue Angels F-18 crashed near Nashville, killing the pilot. An Air Force Thunderbird F-16 also crashed after a flyby at the Air Force Academy graduation. That pilot ejected safely.
For the second time this week, quick action on the part of kids helped put out a fire in the Red River Valley. 2 Moorhead brothers were tending their lemonade stand when they saw smoke drifting from their neighbor's garage. Thinking quickly, the boys called 911 while their dad smothered the flame. Firefighters say the damage would have been much worse if not for the quick action. One of the boys could hardly believe what he saw.
I'm like, what? And I ran in, and I was gonna run in. He tossed me the phone and told me to call 911.
The Moorhead Fire Department says they aren't sure what caused the fire. Coming up in just a bit, we will be chatting with Amber Wheeler. We'll have her weather forecast coming up.